Hello there guys, and a very warm welcome to the Joe's Bus Train Plane Lift Adventures YouTube channel. And welcome to the video, which is a pilot video, and it is of course the 303 service from Worcester to Kidderminster via Bevere. Now Bevere was not originally with the 303 route. It was originally done by the 37, which was a Worcester local service run by First Worcestershire. Worcester is the only depot left in Worcestershire to be run by First, following them selling Redditch and Kidderminster depots in the 21st century. So the 303 used to be direct between Worcester and Ombersley area. It used to go direct along the main road, but however recently the 37 route was withdrawn by First Bus, and Diamond rerouted the 303 to serve Bevere. The only part of the 37 that the 303 no longer touches is that little bus stop on that little turn-off point just before it goes into Ombersley. So anyway, here is the video of the 37 going from Worcester up to Bevere, and this was in a First Bus Mercedes-Benz Citaro. As you know, First Bus in Worcester use Mercedes-Benz Citaros. They do have Optare Solos, there's 3 in total. There's a lot of right Geminis, right street decks, street lights, and right Eclipse and Volvo V7 RLEs. There used to be Enviro 300s and Enviro 200s, and there were Dennis Trident LX 400s, but however the Dennis Trident LX 400s are no longer with the First. So to be honest, I really do miss the Enviro 200s, and of course the Tridents as well, because the Tridents were a good classic, and I even like the red one in the Midland red livery, but sadly that has now been scrapped after it was transferred down to Basildon. So we are just now by the Hive in Worcester city centre, so we just left the Crowngate bus station and we're about to head along towards the Bevere area. So First is not the only operator within the Worcester area. There are a handful of other operators that also serve the area. There is Diamond Bus, which run the 303 from Worcester to Kidderminster, and recently the 294 and 296, which connect through Starboard. 296 goes to Bewley, while the 294 goes to Kidderminster. As well as that, there's also the 149 that goes from Worcester to Redditch. It used to be operated by Johnson's XL Bus. However, Johnson's was sold to Diamond Redditch during this year 2022. There are other handful of operators. There's a custom operator that does the 355 up to Droitwich Spa, the popular spa town, doing its own version of the 144. The 144, however, used to go from Worcester to Birmingham, and used to go Worcester, Droitwich Spa, Wychbold. However, the 144A, which used to come down here to Worcester, used to serve the Webs and Wychbold grounds, but the 144 started serving that since the change. Then the 144 continues up to Bromsgrove, and then over into Catsill, from where the old 144A used to terminate. And of course the 144A is also known as the 147, which used to run from Worcester to Alzoe. So that means Worcester did have a link to the Black Country, the Dudley area at one time. And as well as that, the 303 route used to go from Worcester to Wolverhampton. and that was another link to the Black Country as well. And of course, if you know, the 303 also used to go to the hospitals. Used to go from Worcestershire Royal Hospital to Kidderminster General, and then down to the Redditch Alexandra Hospital. The 144 after Bromsgrove continued up through Catshill, along towards Lydiatash to the M5 interchange, and then after the M5 interchange, it carried on towards Rubery, then into Longbridge, which was home to the MG Rover car factory, then up through Northfield, through part of Selly Oak, which is close to Bourneville for the famous Cadbury chocolate factory, before terminating at New Street Station, Smallbrook Queensway, just outside the Bullring in Birmingham. However, the replacement for the 144 only goes as far as Longbridge. It's numbered the 144A, run by National Express West Midlands, and it's actually been a long time since National Express West Midlands has touched Worcestershire area, since they withdrew the route in around the 2000s or 21st century. So there's been loads of other changes. So there is also other operators that operate in Worcester as well as the custom operator that does the 355. You've got Aston's, which do local services. They also operate services up in Droitwich Spa. There's also a service in Evesham that goes down to Tewkesbury. It used to go to Cheltenham Spa. And of course you've got LMS Travel. They do a lot of local services and a lot of routes that are out of the area. And of course, Aston's used to do the 294 and 296 before Diamond, and Diamond did them before as 294 and 295. Before the 295, which used to go to Kidderminster, was changed to the 296 when Coniston's used to exist, because if you remember, Coniston's used to serve Worcester. And as well as that, there was also there's also Yarrington's as well. Yarrington's do the 758 route, and they do the Sixbourne route. The 758 goes from Worcester to Tenbury Wells.
of course the popular Severn Valley Railway, which runs from Kidderminster to Bridge North. The second exit for the A449 goes to the M5 motorway, and it also gives connections onto Evesham and Blackpool, and of course the Worcester Royal Hospital. There's even another exit, but does not go on to the A449. Instead, it goes down a little lane into a small hamlet of Claines. But however, the road that we're coming along, which we are on the A449, goes into Worcester city centre and goes to a coach and lorry park, and of course the popular art gallery. So we're about to turn off onto the A449 to Kidderminster. So then we're now going on to the A449 towards Kidderminster, and in the background will be the Aberley Clock Tower that is served by the 758 service from Worcester to Tenbury Wells. And coming up will be a big sign, a big green sign on the A449 to all the destinations. 12 miles to Kidderminster, 28 miles to Wolverhampton, and 45 miles up into Stafford. However, we're heading to Kidderminster. So, as you probably know, it's a bit similar to a motorway, but however, this is an A road because the A road signs are green while the motorway signs are blue. So, this is a little bit of a similar version to the A34 trunk road that goes from Bicester in Oxfordshire down to Winchester in Hampshire, and that joins up with the M3 motorway that then goes down to Southampton, then joins up with the M27 to take them down to Ringwood, down towards the New Forest, and then the A31 that will take into Ringwood and then on to Bournemouth, and then join with the A338 into Bournemouth town centre, and then that would then lead down to Swanage area, which is south of Bournemouth, and it's on the Jurassic Coast. So here we are, just going down in towards the small village of Ombersley. Well, village, it's a hamlet. And of course you've got sign for Chatley, and of course the Hawford Dove coat run by the National Trust, because as you know, the National Trust manage a lot of UNESCO sites, natural beauty locations within Worcestershire, Staffordshire, and even in Shropshire and even beyond. And of course you even got you've got Hadley as well, and of course you've got the Hadley Bowling Green Inn, which is around that way as well, and as well as Hadley, that is all the areas that's coming up. So we're just about to come into the small hamlet of Ombersley, almost. Just going by Park Farm Shooting Ground, and there will be a big sign coming up which will take us onto the A4133 to Ombersley, and of course there's connections to Droitwich and Tenbury, and however there is no service to Droitwich from Ombersley or to Tenbury, but there used to be a service from Ombersley to Droitwich. That was the 354 that went from Harlow down to Redditch. There is only a rare occasion when a Tenbury bus does go through Ombersley, and that was during the Worcester floods back in 2020. And any time when that happens, even if there's like diversions that's been put in place, but however that is only now and again. So we're nearly arriving at the hamlet of Ombersley, and when we get to Ombersley the service is going to continue down towards the Hampton areas, which includes Dunhampton, Northampton and Sitchhampton as well. So there are good. So then we're now coming into Wombersley. As you can tell, there's a lot of Tudor houses to be seen in the area. And of course, there's only a small amount of shops which are basically independents, like small pubs. And of course, you've got the church that sits in the middle of the hamlet. So we're just now leaving Wombersley and we're heading down towards Hartlebury. And we will be coming out by the Reindeer Inn pub. And then further down, if we go towards Doverdale and go further down an area where there's no buses, there's the Honeybee pub as well. So then we're still on the A4133 and we're just coming out of the Wombersley area and we will be reverting back onto the A449 to carry on into Kidderminster, and then we will turn off to go on towards Hartlebury and then out onto the A449 back into into Kidderminster. So here we are, and of course the Reindeer Inn, which is now known as a pet supply company store, and of course there's a few pubs and there's even the Leaking Well, and then of course we'll come out by the Mitre Oak, which is over north of Wombersley, and just after Wombersley we'll continue over to the Hartlebury service station and then continue towards Hartlebury itself. And of course in Dunhampton you've got the Honeybee and of course the Little Owl Farm Park as well.
just about to complete the journey, and thank you very much for watching the 303 Worcester to Kidderminster via Ombersley and Hartlebury, and it's been a good pleasure for you to be enjoying. Once again, shout out to Jake, who loves watching my YouTube videos. Keep watching, there will be more to come, and the next video coming up is going to be, of course, the service 133 Kidderminster to Droitwich, and that will be released coming up. And the next ones after this will be all about the 303, and of course the routes that were done by First Bus in Kidderminster. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you again very soon. Bye for now.